Today, we are talking about a dirty word that it's a word that makes most of us, when we hear it, physically flinch. It's a word we associate with cold showers, 5 a.m. alarms, drill sergeants, and punishment. That word is discipline. For most of us, discipline is the opposite of liking something. It is the broccoli of life. It's the thing we force ourselves to do, the bitter medicine we have to swallow, to maybe get a result we want. Months or years from now, we don't like discipline. We endure it. We fight it. We fail at it, and then we feel guilty about it. We live in a world of distraction. We are surrounded by cheap, easy, immediate rewards. Your phone, with its endless scroll of high dopamine, low-effort entertainment, is right there. And in the other corner, we have the big, hard, important thing. Writing the book, building the business, getting in shape, learning the skill. And every single day we feel like we are losing the battle, that we have the toddler brain, the part that wants the cookie now, screaming for comfort and ease. And we have the adult brain, the prefrontal cortex, quietly whispering, we should probably work on that project. And the toddler is winning, so we think, I just have no willpower. I'm lazy. I'm not a disciplined person. We believe this, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. But what if I told you that willpower is a myth? What if I told you that the people you see as disciplined don't have more willpower than you? They just have a better system. What if I told you they don't force themselves, they've just tricked themselves? They have, through a series of clever psychological Jedi mind tricks, rewired their own brains to associate discipline with pleasure. They have tricked their mind into liking the very thing you hate. And today we are going to learn exactly how they do it. This is not a just do it lecture. This is a how to think about it masterclass. We are not going to talk about forcing yourself. We are going to talk about reprogramming yourself. We are going to deconstruct the pain of discipline, and we are going to hack your brain's reward system until the hard thing and the good feeling become the same thing. This is how you trick your mind into liking discipline. And it will change everything. Part 1, the great lie, deconstructing the pain. The first and most important trick is to realize that the pain of discipline is, for the most part, a complete fabrication of your mind. The pain you are avoiding is not the act itself. The pain you are avoiding is the story you tell yourself about the act. Let's make this real. Think about something you should be disciplined about. Let's say, going to the gym. Now, what's the painful part? The actual act of lifting a weight. Is that really so terrible? Is it painful like touching a hot stove? No, the actual act of being on a treadmill. Is it painful? No, it's just walking. The act itself is neutral. The pain is the dread that it's the ugh, I have to go to the gym. It's the thought you have at 6 a.m. when your alarm goes off. It's warm in bed. It's cold out there. It's going to be crowded. I'm tired. It is going to be awful. That story. That is the pain. You are pre-suffering. You are creating a mountain of misery in your mind, and then you are looking at it and saying, I can't possibly climb that. Of course you can't. You've designed it to be unclimbable. The trick, then, is to stop telling that story. You have to demiserabilize the task. How? The first trick, the 2-minute rule or the 5-minute rule. This is a classic from James Clear, and it is pure psychological genius. Your brain's dread is about the whole task. It's about the hour-long, grueling workout. So you don't do the whole task. You make a deal with your toddler brain. You say, we are not going to the gym. We are just going to put on our running shoes. That's it. That's the whole goal. Or, we are not writing the 10-page report. We are just going to open the document. We are not meditating for 20 minutes. We are just going to sit on the cushion and take one deep breath. This is the trick, because anyone can put on their shoes. There is zero pain in that. No resistance. But what happens after you put on your shoes? Well, you're standing there in your shoes. You think, well, I'm already here. I might as well walk out the door. And once you're out the door, well, might as well walk to the car. This is the physics of the mind. An object at rest stays at rest. An object in motion stays in motion. The pain is not in the doing. The pain is in the starting. So, This trick makes the starting so laughably small, so non-painful, that you bypass the dread mechanism completely. You like this because it's not painful. It's a tiny, easy win. The second trick, change your voice, the drill sergeant versus the coach. How do you talk to yourself about discipline? For most of us, we have an inner drill sergeant. It's the voice of an angry, critical parent. It says, "You have to. You must. You should be doing this. Don't be a lazy piece of garbage." How does that feel? It feels like punishment. Feels shaming. And what does a toddler brain do when it's being shamed and forced? It rebels. It resists. Throws a tantrum. It says, "You can't make me." And it runs straight to the comfort of scrolling on the phone. You are creating your own resistance. Your motivation strategy is causing your procrastination. The trick is to fire the drill sergeant and hire a curious, compassionate coach. The coach doesn't use shame words. The coach uses choice words. The coach reframes the language. Instead of, "Ugh, I have to go on this run," the coach says, "I get to go on this run. My legs work. It's a gift. This is my me time." Instead of, "I can't eat that cake. This implies deprivation and loss," the coach says, "I don't eat that cake. That's not who I am. That's not what I want." This is empowerment and choice. This is not just word games. This is a cognitive reframe. Have to equals a prison. Get to equals a privilege. Can't equals a restriction. Don't equals an identity. By changing the language of your self-talk, you change the feeling associated with the act. You are tricking your mind into seeing discipline not as a prison you are forced into, but as a palace you are choosing to build. The first step to liking discipline is to stop making it so damn unlikable. Stop telling yourself it's awful. Make the start so small it's easy. And talk to yourself like a friend, not a tyrant. You've just removed 90% of the pain, and the pain was all in your head. Part 2. The ultimate trick. From doing to being. This next part is the deepest trick. This is the one that makes discipline permanent. This is the shift from forcing an action to expressing an identity. Let's go back to our drill sergeant. Why is it so hard to do the discipline thing? Because you are forcing yourself to act against who you think you are. If on a deep, deep level you believe I am an undisciplined person, then every time you try to be disciplined, like going to the gym, your brain experiences a conflict. It's called cognitive dissonance. Your behavior, "I am at the gym," is in direct conflict with your identity. "I am not a gym person." And this hurts. It's a deep psychological stress. Your brain hates this conflict. So it will do everything in its power to fix the conflict. And the easiest way to fix it is to stop the behavior that IT makes you pull the muscle. It makes you forget your gym shoes. It makes you hit the snooze button that IT sabotages you. To bring your behavior back in alignment with your identity. Your brain says, "We're back in bed. We are, in fact, an undisciplined person. The conflict is resolved. All is right with the world." This is why faking it till you make it fails. You are fighting your own identity. You cannot win a war against yourself, so what is the trick? You change the identity first. This is the core of Atomic Habits by James Clear. You don't try to get a new outcome. You start to be a new person. You stop focusing on, "I want to lose 50 pounds, an outcome. You start focusing on, "I am a healthy, active person," an identity. And then your only job is to cast votes for that new identity. The trick is to make the votes so small. They are undeniable. Let's say you want to be a writer. This seems huge. Your inner critic says, "You're not a writer. You're a fraud." So you don't try to be a writer. You just ask yourself, what does a writer do? A writer writes SO. Your trick is to cast a vote. You write one sentence, and that's it. Today, did you write one sentence? Yes. Vote cast. You were a writer today. This is not a lie. This is a fact. You did the thing the writer does. Your behavior, writing one sentence, and your identity, "I am a writer," are in perfect alignment. There is no conflict. There is no pain. There is only truth. You want to be a disciplined student? Don't force yourself to study for 8 hours. Ask, what does a disciplined student do? They review their notes for 10 minutes. So, you review your notes for 10 minutes. Votecast. You are that person. This is a mastery experience. In the words of Albert Bandura, it is an undeniable win. And these wins, this evidence, is what builds self-efficacy. It builds the belief. The trick is to stop trying to be disciplined. It is a total reframe. You are not doing discipline, which is painful. You are being you, which is effortless. You are expressing your identity as a healthy person, a writer, a musician. And the disciplined actions are just the byproduct of that identity. I'm a healthy person, so of course I'm going to drink water. That's just what I do. I'm a writer, so of course I'm going to write for 15 minutes. That's who I am. Do you see how the energy shifts? The drill sergeant is gone. The resistance is gone. You have tricked your mind into liking the act, because the act is no longer a chore. The act is, it's proof of who you are. And nothing feels better than affirming your own chosen identity. You have tricked your mind into liking discipline by renaming it self-expression. This is the deepest, most powerful trick there is. Part 3, the dopamine hack, rewiring the reward. All right, so we've deconstructed the pain and we've reframed the identity. Now let's get neurochemical. Let's talk about dopamine, your toddler brain, the part that hates discipline. It runs on one thing, dopamine. Dopamine is the reward chemical. It's the, ooh, good job, do that again, chemical. Here is the central problem of discipline. The easy thing, scrolling on Instagram, pain, 0 now reward. Immediate dopamine hit now, consequence. High later, time wasted, feel bad. The hard thing, going to the gym, pain, immediate effort now. Reward, delayed, good body in 6 months. Consequence, low later, feel great. Your brain is wired to choose the immediate reward. It is not your fault. It is biology. It will always choose the dopamine now option. So, the trick is to give it dopamine now for the hard thing. You have to manually, artificially, shrink the reward loop. You cannot wait 6 months for the reward of a good body. You have to give yourself a reward right now. This is how you trick your brain into associating the hard thing with immediate pleasure. How do we do this? The first hack, temptation bundling. This is a brilliant concept from researcher Katie Milkman. The trick is to link a want, something you love to do, with a should, something you hate to do. You love listening to that true crime podcast. You hate doing the laundry. The new rule, you are only allowed to listen to that podcast while you are doing the laundry. What happens? Your toddler brain screams, I want the podcast. And the adult brain says, great. To get it, we have to do the laundry. Suddenly, you look forward to laundry day. You have tricked your mind. You have associated the pain, laundry, with the reward, podcast. You love watching that Netflix show. You hate the treadmill. New rule, you only get to watch that show while you are on the treadmill. You will find yourself craving a 30-minute run. You love that expensive, fancy coffee. You hate studying. New rule, you only buy that fancy coffee on your way to the library. You bundle the pain, studying, with the immediate reward, delicious latte. This is the Mary Poppins trick. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The second hack, gamification. The game trick, your brain hates chores, but it loves games. Why? A game has rules. It has stakes. It has a win state. It is fun. The trick is to turn your chore into a game. I have to clean the kitchen, but painful. A chore versus, let's see if I can clean this entire kitchen in the time it takes to listen to these 3 songs. A game. You set a timer. You create stakes. And when you beat the clock, you win. Dopamine. I have to study for 4 hours. Endless. A chore. Versus, I am going to work in Pomodoros. 25 minutes of pure focus. Then a 5-minute break. Let's see how many Pomodoros I can win. Each 25-minute win is a dopamine hit. It's a level up. You're not studying. You're playing a game against the clock. The third hack, the after feeling, the real reward. This is the most powerful dopamine trick of all. When you dread the gym, you are only thinking about the pain of during. You are forgetting the pleasure of after. You know that feeling, the one right after a workout. You feel powerful. You feel clean. You feel proud. You are flooded with endorphins, your body's own reward system. That is the drug. The trick is to make that the thing you focus on. You have to manually train your brain. You're in bed. The alarm goes off. The drill sergeant says, "Get up, you're lazy." The toddler says, "I'm warm, it's painful." The tricked mind. The coach says, "Hey, remember that feeling we have at 8 a.m. when we've done the run and we're sipping coffee and we feel like a champion? Let's go buy that feeling. The price is 30 minutes of effort." You are not dreading the run. You are looking forward to the after run. You are tricking your mind by time traveling to the reward. You are linking the immediate effort with the immediate post-effort high. You're shrinking the loop. When you do this, when you bundle your pain, gamify your chores, and remember the after feeling, you are manually rewiring your brain. You are teaching your toddler brain, in its own language, dopamine, that effort is pleasure, that hard work is the reward. You are tricking your mind into liking the process itself. Part 4, the final reframe. Discipline is not punishment. It is love. We've covered a lot. We've deconstructed the pain. We've reframed the identity. We've hacked the reward. But there is one final trick. It is the one that holds it all together. It is the why. If you fail at your discipline, if you eat the cookie, if you skip the gym, what happens? The drill sergeant comes back. You failed. You idiot. You have no willpower. You've ruined everything. You might as well just give up. Eat the whole box of cookies. This is the what the hell effect. It is the all or nothing thinking of the drill sergeant. And this is why most of us fail. Not because we slipped up, but because we let the slip up become a downfall. The final and most profound trick is to fire the drill sergeant for good and to replace him permanently with the compassionate coach. This coach has a new name for discipline. Discipline is not self-punishment. Discipline is radical self-love. This is the ultimate reframe. The drill sergeant hates you and disciplines you to punish you. The coach loves you and disciplines you to care for you. Think about it. Who are you really loving when you are undisciplined? When you eat the junk food? When you scroll for 3 hours? When you skip the work? You are loving your present moment toddler. You are giving the child what it wants right now. But you are, in that same moment, betraying your future self. Your future self, the one 10 years from now, who is stuck in a body that is sick, in a career that is stagnant, in a life that is small. That future self is begging you, please, stop. Please care about me. Discipline is the act of loving your future self. It is the ultimate act of self-care. This one reframe changes everything. The pain of the hard choice is gone. I'm not depriving my present self of the cookie. I am gifting my future self with health. I'm not forcing myself to do the painful work. I am gifting my future self with skills, freedom, and pride. Discipline is love. And the best part of this trick is what it does when you fail. You eat the cookie. You slip up. The drill sergeant, self-punishment, says, you failed. The coach, self-love, says, whoops, that happened. What can we learn? Was I stressed? Bored? Hungry? Hey, noted. I love you. Now, what's the next right action that shows that love? A glass of water? A walk? Let's get back on track. Do you see the difference? Liking discipline doesn't mean you are perfect. It means you are resilient. It means you stop the shame spiral. The trick is to understand that real discipline includes Self-compassion.it includes the recovery from the slip-up you like discipline, because you finally realized that it's not a wall to keep you in. It's a gate to let you out. It's not restriction. It is liberation. The undisciplined person is not free. They are a slave to their impulses, a slave to their moods, a slave to their toddler brain, a slave to the algorithms on their phone. They are trapped in the prison of the present moment. The disciplined person is free. They are free to choose their actions regardless of their mood. They are free to build a future on purpose. They are free to become the person they want to be. Discipline is the bridge from the you are to the you want to be. Conclusion: the trick is, there is no trick. So, how do you trick your mind into liking discipline? You stop telling yourself it's painful. You deconstruct the dread. The 5-minute trick. You change your language from have to, a prison, to get to, a privilege. You stop doing discipline, a chore, and you start being the person, an identity. You cast votes for your new identity with small, undeniable wins. You hack your reward system. You bundle your wants with your shoulds. You gamify your chores. You shrink the loop and link the effort to the immediate reward, the after feeling. And most importantly, you rebrand discipline. You stop seeing it as self-punishment. And you finally, truly, see it for what it is: radical, profound, life-changing self-love. You are not tricking your mind. You are, for the first time, telling it the truth. You are teaching it that the real pleasure is not in the comfort of the moment. The real, deep, lasting pleasure is the pride of keeping a promise to yourself. The real like is liking the person you are becoming. The trick is that there is no trick. The trick is to stop lying to yourself and to finally start choosing yourself. That is the work. It is the great work.it. It is the only work. And you can start right now with one small vote. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for your time and for your courage. If this conversation helped you, if it gave you a new tool or a new way of thinking, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology of a well-lived life. And now for our community. Let's make this real. Go down to the comments and let's cast a vote right now. What is one tiny, laughable, a small vote you are going to cast for your new identity today? Are you going to write one sentence? Are you going to put on your shoes? Are you going to drink one glass of water? Let's declare it. Let's make it our mastery experience. That is your first step. Be kind to yourself. Be your own coach and start building. I'll see you in the next one.